Time for What Will Kyle Do? Kyle Bittner, two-time Iraqi war veteran, works here at the station, works with Scott Sherman from 9 to midnight here on the Big 550 KTRS. Kyle, nice of you to come in this morning.
Well, I just didn't have it in the schedule this morning, but I'll be back in there next week.
We miss you in your, well, all right, so you're not small-timing us. You just had other prior engagements?
Exactly.
Okay. All right, so what did you do this week?
This week went up in a Cessna for the first time over at Parks Airport, or whatever the name of it now is now, St. Louis something Airport, and
right.
I had never been in a small plane before, and I was amazed how much fun it actually was, honestly.
How can you be a two-term Iraqi war veteran and never been up in a small plane like that?
Well, because when they're moving around men and everything, I guess it's more efficient to use a C-17 or a C-130 as opposed to keep giving us flights and forth.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. So what did you do in this Cessna plane?
Well, we just went up and checked out St. Louis. It was amazing to me about it was with Tim Weiland, one of those over there, and just flying around St. Louis, checking out the traffic, and flew over Lambert and everything. And these planes, that cracks me up, is the 1970s is when this plane was built. And when you're flying along, it was a little unnerving having the plane as old as, a lot older than me in any case.
Right. You were wearing a head cam.
Yeah, a GoPro. If you go to, Andrew's got some really good video, actually, that has us flying around, going up and down, and then also it's got some pictures inside of the cockpit, because there's not a whole lot of room, obviously, because it's a very small plane, and I'm 6'2", and that's about all I wanted to fit into the front seat, which you're even a little taller than me, I think, so you'd have a tight little fit to get in there.
Here's what I find interesting about watching the video at stltoday.com and KTRS.com. What I find interesting is that you can't tell anything in terms of traffic. So how does Tim Weiland figure out what the traffic is from up there?
No, you can see it. I guess I just wasn't taking a good angle at it. I mean, or maybe it's one of those things when you're there in person, it's a little bit easier to see. But no, there was plenty of good visuals that you can tell.
Because it seems like you're pretty low to the, you're not up terribly high.
1,700 feet above sea level is what the altimeter said, which that means, I think, like 1,400 feet, because we're about 300 feet above sea level or something of that nature right there. So about 1,400 feet up. It's not as scary as I thought, but I didn't want to jump out or anything. I'm rethinking this, trying to line up a skydiving adventure from this.
So Kyle won't try anything, is what you're telling me.
I said rethinking. We'll have to talk about that.
What's to rethink about? You wanted to jump out of an airplane.
Okay, I'm in.
All right, there you go.
That's what it takes to...
no arm twisting.
Did you do any loop-de-loops? Did you do any, crazy Ivans? Did you do anything like that?
Nothing too crazy, because I didn't want to lose my lunch being up there for the first time. I mean, I would have rather been in a stunt plane like you were talking about when you lost your lunch a couple years ago. That would have been a lot of fun. But I don't think the 1970 four-seater Cessna is really built for performance. I mean, it was more like a nice Sunday cruise in the Cadillac out in the country, more than the sports car.
Yeah. Well, where did you fly? Just fly around downtown and Southern Illinois?
Well, we checked out all the highways, obviously, and flew around, and then we flew over to the airport, which I couldn't believe it. With the little plane, you were able to get that close to the airport, but we flew over there and checked everything out. And then we went by Creve Coeur Lake, which I'm going to be dragon boat racing there coming up in a couple weeks, so that'll be one of the other things I'm doing. So we checked out the lake from above and everything, and I'm ziplining at Creve Coeur Lake, too, so I wanted to see how that looked, and just came back around. I mean, it wasn't what you would expect.
Do you get a kind of a taste now for perhaps wanting to go to flight school? Maybe
I would love to. I was amazed how much fun it was. That the lady that piloted let me kind of understand how to steer with your feet, when you're taxiing on the ground, which is obviously a lot different, and then kind of ran me through the whole thing. I would love to go to pilot school if KTRS wants to pay for that sometime. We'll make that happen. But I hear pilot school is very, very expensive. Is the only reason that I'm kind of shying away from doing that.
Do you think that you could try and eat a Pointer's Pizza while flying a plane above St. Louis? Now, that would be a challenge.
I think it's actually easier because the air's thinner up there, so your stomach can accommodate more food.
Here's what I don't understand. You're shocked that an airplane was allowed to get near an airport. I don't understand that. That's where airplanes should be flying around.
Well, but I'm saying this little Cessna flying around next to the highway when you have big jumbo jets that are landing and taking off and everything. I didn't know how the flight air traffic controllers and everything. I was amazed listening on the radio, hearing them talk and everything, because that's a pretty big operation, and an airplane's not quite like a car. You can't really have a fender bender. If you have something happen,
right,
it usually makes the news.
All right, fair enough. All right, Kyle, this one was this was a lull here. You getting up in a plane and flying around is kind of a really lame scam. So you got to
Saturday
you got to start
I had a hot air balloon ride.
A hot air balloon ride. All right, are you going to jump out of that one?
No.
I got to give it to Kyle, though. I mean, that's a tiny plane. And if you're by any
But he wasn't
way
doing
afraid
anything,
of
and he was just a
flying
passenger. Tim Weiland does that every day.
I know, but, he's a big guy, and he's all cramped in the plane and
right.
so
No, you
low
don't
to
have
the
to listen
ground.
to me. It's okay.
All right. I'm just trying to help you, Kyle.
I can handle it.
What time are we playing golf tomorrow?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. So it's you, me, and Carney, and who else?
One of my friends is a German teacher at one of the local high schools, and should be a lot of fun.
All right, and this is a charity event for what now?
The Waterloo Fire Department, volunteer fire department, I'm a member of, and every year they have a golf tournament that raises a little bit of money for the fire department, and it's a lot of fun.
So the Waterloo Fire Department is who we're playing golf for tomorrow.
Exactly.
Got it.
At
All right.
Ann Breyer and Waterloo.
Ann Breyer at 1 o'clock. We'll be there. I got to pick Carney up at like 11:30. So we'll deal with
So
that.
you guys can go get lunch somewhere first?
We're going to go over there and hit balls. We're going to go fly over there
practice.
in a little Cessna.
Oh, well, good.
Yeah, there you go. Kyle Bittner, ladies and gentlemen. What will Kyle do? He went all the way to the Parks Airport and flew in a Cessna. And he didn't even... I know why you didn't come in, because you were embarrassed by this segment.
Oh, stop it.
I'm also going to get to go over a water ski jump here pretty soon, so that should be at least good for me wiping out.
Doing a lot of water sports.
Yeah, we need to start seeing video of you wipe out. Kyle Bittner, be good, be safe. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks.
Kyle, who is doing this segment, what will Kyle do when he needs to start bringing it, or is going to be in the trash heap of segments around here?
People can always post on our Facebook page, too.
They can post, what do you want Kyle to do?
What do you want Kyle to do? You can also tweet.
It's a great point.
At KTR, at the Big 550.
It's a great point. If there's something you
Within
think...
means.
If you think there's something you want Kyle to try and do, Facebook us or tweet us out, and we'll see if we can hoodwink him into doing it. 8:50.